Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Malonemua. If it is your first time here, thank you for watching my video. If it is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So today I wanted to film a video for you guys all about the reasons why I left Limelight by Alcone. If you don't know what Limelight by Alcone is, it is a beauty company that has cosmetics that they sell. So we'll get more into that when we get into the video, but make sure you go ahead and go follow me over on my Instagram. My name is @Malonemua, just like here on YouTube. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I post videos every single week, and I would love if you would join the family and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so first things first, I want to kind of explain to you guys what Limelight by Alcone is. Basically, Limelight by Alcone is a makeup brand that was created from the store Alcone. So Alcone, and I might be totally butchering this, I don't know a whole lot about it because I'm obviously not part of it anymore, but basically Alcone was this like makeup beauty store that sold products, and they decided to come out with their own line, I think that's what it is, that could be sold to the public because it was usually just only sold to like certified makeup artists, but they created Limelight by Alcone to be sold to the everyday girl so that she could use their products. So in doing that, they created this thing where you can become a beauty guide, and it's just a network marketing system thing. So basically you can sign up to be a beauty guide with Limelight by Alcone. Do you have to rev your engine right now, sir? What? So flashback about 2 years ago, I heard about this Limelight by Alcone thing. I was very skeptical, but I decided that I was going to try the products. So I decided I would try the products at a friend's house, and then I ended up somewhat liking the products. I thought, oh, these are pretty good. And so I think that just the thought of, wow, I can make money doing what I love, doing makeup and selling makeup, like, of course I'm gonna do this. So I decided to sign up to become a beauty guide with Limelight by Alcone. Now this was 2 years ago. So about probably like a year ago. So I think I was a guide for about a year. And I ended up leaving Limelight by Alcone. And so I wanna share with you guys a few reasons why. Now I do wanna give a little disclaimer at the beginning of this video because I know that like the comments are probably going to be a bunch of beauty guides that are already with Limelight saying all sorts of stuff. So I just want to give a disclaimer saying that I do think that it is possible to be successful with this company. I do think that there are some main reasons why I was not successful with this company, and some of that has to do with my own things, some of that has to do with things from the company. So I'm just going to give a disclaimer. It is possible to be successful. I am not like dogging anyone that is already part of that company. I think good for you, do your thing, girl. It just personally didn't work for me, which is why I'm making this video. So keep that in mind while I am talking about the company. Also, you may be wondering why the heck I am doing this video in the first place, and honestly the reason why is because I still to this day, I uploaded a video 2 years ago saying why I joined Limelight by Alcone, and it is my most viewed video here on YouTube, and I constantly still get messages on Instagram and comments on that video saying that people are sold, that they're gonna join. Like, they ask me, how do I sign up? I would love to sign up. Like, thank you so much for this video, it was so helpful. And it's hard for me because I'm like, I'm not with them anymore. So I figured I better make a video saying just that I left, that I'm not with them anymore, so that the people who do see that video can also see this one and see why I left. So reason number one why I left the company. I left because I personally didn't love the products that they had. Now, I think that they have tons of different products, and of course you're gonna like some, you're not gonna like others. You can promote the ones you do and not promote the ones that you don't. But I just wanted to go over a few of the products with you guys and tell you the reasons why I did not like the products, because if you are someone who is thinking about possibly getting involved with this company and you haven't really looked at the products in person and felt them and dealt with them, you wouldn't really know what you are getting, I guess. So I wanted to go over a few things. The first is that, so I think when I signed up, there was 3 different kits that you could choose from. It was like $200 something in order to get your starter kit. Now I chose the lightest complexion for my starter kit because here we are, my face is pale. And I wanted to show you guys the concealers that came with my starter kit. So these 2 concealers right here are what came with my starter kit. And as you can see, these are not my color. Like this one I might be able to use as a foundation shade in the summer, but girl, concealer is supposed to be like 2 shades lighter than your foundation. So these personally didn't work for me. I never even used them. I'm very confused as to why they would send me this deep of shades when I chose the lightest kit. So that's a little disclaimer. If you are ordering one of the kits, don't really expect to get concealers that you're going to be able to use, because you might get ones that are 4 or 5 shades too dark for your skin tone. Okay, next up is the Limelight Botanical Foundation, which I know people rave about. People love this stuff. Some people don't like this stuff. I personally don't like this stuff. So at first I enjoyed it because it felt really lightweight and it can be very full coverage. But the more you pack on, the cakier it gets. I know that a lot of people say it doesn't get cakey. For me, it got cakey. Like really cakey. So this is what the foundation looks like. As you can see, it pretty much matches my skin tone. It's a little bit pink, but you know, it was probably the closest it was gonna get. Now the formula of this is it's a wax based. It's very waxy, and you're supposed to warm it up with your fingers and apply it to your face. Of course, you're not supposed to apply it to your skin with your fingers, but you're supposed to warm it up a little bit and then apply it to your face. As you can see, this is a little light for me. Honestly, the formula isn't bad. I personally am just not a huge fan of waxy based foundations. I like a liquid foundation better, but I do want to show you guys that these foundations are pretty high coverage. As you can see, it just covers up the tattoos right there, and it kind of turns into like a powdery formula, which I also didn't really like, just personally. But I don't know, one of the reasons why I didn't like the foundation was because for the foundation, it's very popular, but you have to color match people online. So they have like this color match test that you can do online. So when you encounter a beauty guide and you say, oh my gosh, I want to try out the foundation, they're going to send you a link that says, take this quiz. This will tell you your perfect foundation shade. And I don't know who thought of this test, but let me tell you, I used it multiple times on people that I would try to get the foundation to, and like 80% of the time it was wrong. So if you are someone that is wanting the foundation and you are told to do the test, make sure you do a lot more research on the color selection they have, because chances are it's probably not going to be the correct shade for your skin tone. Okay, so the last product that I'm going to show you, and this is probably the one that I dislike the most out of all of the Limelight products that I ever tried. This is the Lottie Limelight by Alcone Lottie Collection eyeshadow palettes. Now mine look a little bit dirty, but there's reasoning behind that. So this is one of the palettes. Honestly, I don't know which one is which, but this is the colorful one, as you can see. And then they also came out with this one, which is more of a neutral tone palette. Now, the problem with these palettes is that, yes, the pigmentation is there. That's the biggest thing for Limelight. They always talk about there's so much pigmentation in our stuff. Right, but the eyeshadows are so freaking powdery. It is insane. Like, I want to show you guys, I'm gonna grab a brush real quick so that I can show you guys how much kickback, fallout, and powderiness falls out of these eyeshadows. Okay, so I have just a Morphe blending brush here that is just a fluffy crease brush that I would use on a daily basis. So I am just going to show you guys here. As I dip into these shades, I don't know if you can see this, but it's almost like sand. Like, this is literally turning into a sandy mess. So as you can see, yes, the pigmentation is there, but so is a whole freaking lot of fallout. Now, I usually am not someone who hates fallout a whole lot. I mean, if a shadow has a ton of fallout, I usually am like, well, that's pretty annoying, but as long as the shade performs well, the eyeshadow performs well on my eyelid, I'm okay with it. But these eyeshadows did not perform well on my eyes. When I blend out my eyeshadow, it's almost like the color would disappear. It's like you start blending it into your eyelid, and the color, the more you blend, the more the color just disappears. It's the weirdest thing, and it is one of the reasons why I have only used from this palette, I have literally only used it one time in my life. I tried one time and I thought, I will never in my life use that palette ever again. And I am someone who uses eyeshadows on a daily basis. I use tons of different brands of eyeshadows, and so I would have a pretty good idea of what shadows I like or don't like. And these shadows have got to be one of the worst eyeshadow formulas I have personally ever used. Okay, so now we got out of the way the products that I really didn't like. I do want to share with you guys two products that I do really like from Limelight by Alcone. The first one is the Limelight blushes. I have this blush palette here, and honestly, I don't use this as much as I probably should. These blushes are absolutely gorgeous. They don't have a lot of fallout or kickback. I think they are a very, very beautiful formula. So the blushes I would absolutely recommend. If you are looking into Limelight products, I would recommend purchasing the blushes. I also would recommend getting their liquid lipsticks. Now I think they're called Enduring Lip Colors. And I just have to say, the Limelight by Alcone Enduring Lip Colors are the best formula of liquid lipstick I have ever used in my entire life. I have used so many different types, and I have never found something that is so creamy, so easily to wear. It just feels comfortable on the lips. They're not transfer proof, so if you do kiss your boo thing, these are going to transfer onto him, just so you know. Now there is another brand that has a lipstick that is almost identical to this formula, and that is the Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. I think that they are pretty much identical to the formula of the Limelight Enduring Lip Colors, so those two brands are neck and neck. I love their formula. Now they are for someone that wants more of a creamy liquid lipstick, something that doesn't dry down super matte, something that doesn't like get super dry and just cracky and awful. But I will say that I do give these liquid lipsticks, Enduring Lip Colors, a 10 out of 10. They are the best formula that I have tried, and I will continue to order these because they are so incredible. Okay, cool. So now that we have looked at some of the products, I want to give you guys reason 2 why I left the company, and that is because the products were always out of stock. When I was a beauty guide with Limelight by Alcone, I was constantly trying to build that business. I was trying to reach out to people, trying to sell the product, which was hard because I didn't really love the product. So a lot of the time I would be like, I like this product. It's not the best thing ever, but maybe you'll like it. And that's, number one thing, if you're going to be selling a product to someone, you have to truly believe in the product and love it. So that was my number one thing. That's my own problem. I didn't like the product, so it was hard for me to sell the product to people. But when I did try to sell the product to people, it was constantly out of stock. For example, their botanical foundation, I would try to sell it to someone, they would be completely sold, like, oh my gosh, gonna go purchase it right now. And it would be out of stock for, I'm not kidding you, like 3 months. 3 months that this person would have to wait just to order the foundation, and then it would take about a month just to get to them. So as you can imagine, after 3 months of waiting to order a product, someone is no longer interested in the product. Like, they've already moved on at that point. So that is a huge downfall, I think, for the company. I don't know if they still are constantly out of stock of things, but when I was a beauty guide about a year ago, 2 years ago, they were constantly out of product. Okay, reason number 3 why I left Limelight by Alcone is because I personally am not good at direct sales. Now that is not something that is bad on the company, that's my own deal. I personally am not super good with direct sales. I don't want to be that somewhat annoying person that slides into your DMs like, hey, would you mind checking out my page because I really want to hit my goals for this week and I really want you to buy product from me? Like, I always just felt super awkward doing that. And I know that a lot of the Limelight beauty guides say that's not how we're trained. We're not trained to bug people, but I still think that with direct sales, you still have to somewhat bug people. And I didn't like that. I didn't want to be the girl that was always like, oh yeah, Limelight by Alcone, do you want to buy some? I have some. Do you want some? I have some. It's right here. I have some. I like it. I love it. I use it all the time. I like it. Do you want to buy some? Now, if you are someone that absolutely kills it when it comes to direct sales, this could be something that is really, really good for you. But I personally, not good with confrontation, not good with bugging people, not good with direct sales. So honestly, I probably shouldn't have gotten involved with the company in the first place, but I think the excitement of just thinking I can get paid to do makeup and makeup is what I love. I think that excitement made me just think, no, maybe I can do this. But then reality hit when I was paying more money to be a beauty guide than I was receiving for being a beauty guide. You feel me? I was paying, I think, $10 or $11 a month to continue to be a beauty guide, and I think I was making like $5 a month on product that I was selling, because you may sell a product that is $50, but in reality, you're gonna get $10 from that $50 because some of that money is gonna go to the company, some of that money is going to go to the beauty guide that's above you, and so you are gonna get a very small percentage of that money. Now, I do think that the more product you sell, the better you do with the company, the more percentage you get, the more money you make, but with direct sales, it's just hard. You have to be one of the people that gets in at the very beginning and starts to sign people up a lot before a lot of people hear about it, because that's how you make your way to the top. Now, I'm not saying that if you are someone who's just starting out, there's no way you're going to be at the top. Honestly, if you love Limelight by Alcone, that's your thing. Work your booty off, and girl, I'm sure you'll make it to the top someday. Okay guys, so with all of that, I do want to say that I do know some very successful women with Limelight by Alcone, some women that are absolutely killing it. They are doing incredible. They are making tons of money, loving their lives, loving their jobs with this company. So I am not saying that it's not possible. I do think that it's possible, and I think that if it's something that you feel like you're interested in, by all means do it. I personally didn't do well at it, and really wish I wouldn't have ever done it. I mean, I guess it was a good experience, but I guess for me, I wasn't good at it, and I should have known before I got into it, because I'm not good at direct sales. So if you're someone that struggles with direct sales, either work towards getting better at direct sales or probably stay away from working in direct sales. I also do want to say that you may love some of the products that I did not love, and that is totally okay. That's how makeup goes. Some people love it, some people don't. That doesn't mean that one person is right and one person is wrong. Everyone likes different products for their own face, for their own skin, for their own kit. So if I don't like a product, that doesn't mean that you are not going to like that same product. And if I love something, it doesn't mean that you will as well. It was also a little bit tough for me to make this video because I am someone that doesn't want any like conflict. I don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you made this video. What are you thinking? It's the best company ever. Because yo, if it is to you, girl, that's fine. It just wasn't for me. But on a real note, I don't like conflict, and I don't want people to be super salty about this video, but that's just real talk for me, honestly. So I had to share with the world how I felt about the products, and so here I am, I did it. I'm sorry if I was a little bit harsh on some stuff, but girl, I had to give people the tea. Alrighty guys, so that is all I have for this video. I just wanted to sit down, do a super quick chit chat, talk about the products, talk about the company. So that is all I have. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. This is how I feel about Limelight. Ew, there's cat hair everywhere. Oh.